Welcome to the Shadow Talks. Without wasting time, let's go to the video.
Do you remember the first time you were home alone at night when the house felt too quiet and every sound stood out? I remember mine clearly. I was 12 years old and my parents were going out for the night. They left me at home with my older brother, Zach, who was 18. At first, I felt excited. Being alone in a big house felt like freedom. I didn't feel scared at all. Not yet. After my parents left, my brother told me he was going out with friends. He asked me not to tell our parents, and I agreed. I trusted him, and honestly, I liked the idea of having the house to myself. When he left, the house became very quiet. Not peaceful quiet, but empty quiet. Still, I didn't think anything bad could happen. I was too young to understand how wrong that feeling was. I went into the den and decided to watch a scary movie. At first, it was fun, but halfway through, I wasn't scared of the movie anymore. I was scared of the house. The floor creaked, the wind tapped the windows, the fridge clicked on and off. Every sound felt louder than it should, like the house was making noise just to remind me I was alone. Every time the movie made a loud sound, I jumped. I kept looking toward the stairs, expecting to see someone standing there. My heart started beating faster for no clear reason. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I turned off the TV and ran upstairs, like a kid running from something that was right behind him, even though nothing was there. In my room, I brushed my teeth as fast as I could and tried to calm myself down. I told myself I was just being paranoid. To distract my mind, I started playing video games on my Xbox. Time passed without me noticing. For a while, everything felt normal again. I almost forgot why I was scared in the first place. Then I felt it, the vibration of the front door closing. I assumed my brother was home, but the sounds downstairs didn't feel right. They didn't stop. I heard soft footsteps and strange movements. When I looked outside my window, his car wasn't in the driveway. That's when fear hit me all at once, like my body understood the danger before my mind did. I didn't have a phone. I had no way to call anyone without leaving my room. I locked my door, even though I knew it wouldn't stop someone for long. I looked around, panicking, and decided the only place to hide was my small crawl-in closet. I squeezed inside, closed the door carefully, and tried to stay as quiet as possible. Not long after, I heard my bedroom door open. Someone was inside my room. I heard footsteps moving closer, the floor creaking under their weight. I heard things being moved around. I stopped breathing. Every second felt stretched out forever. I was sure that if the closet door opened, I wouldn't survive that night. Eventually, the footsteps left. I stayed hidden for a long time, too scared to move. My legs hurt, my chest felt tight, but I didn't dare make a sound. Finally, I heard my brother calling my name from downstairs. When he came into my room, angry and confused, I knew for sure that the person earlier was not him. We searched the house together and found drawers pulled out and electronics missing. Someone had broken in while I was hiding. The police came, and my parents returned furious. I was safe, but something inside me changed forever. Even now, years later, I still remember hiding in that closet, listening to someone walk around my room, not knowing if I would live. When I was very young, not even in kindergarten, I lived with my grandparents in a small, quiet town. Everyone knew each other, and nothing bad ever seemed to happen there. My uncle lived with us too, so I was rarely alone. We also had a neighbor who visited often. He felt familiar, safe, someone we trusted without question.
This neighbor spent a lot of time with my family. He drank beer with my uncle, helped my grandpa with yard work, and came over for barbecues. To me, he wasn't a stranger. He was just part of life. That's what made what happened so terrifying.
One night, my grandma went out to bingo. My grandpa told me he was going to pick her up and asked if I wanted to come. I said no because I was watching cartoons. Before leaving, he reminded me not to open the door for strangers. Then he drove away. Only a few minutes after the house went quiet, someone knocked on the door. I ran over and asked who it was. I recognized the neighbor's voice immediately. He said he had just seen my grandpa leave and asked to come inside. I told him I wasn't allowed to open the door for strangers. He insisted he wasn't a stranger. In my young mind, he was right. I unlocked the door and opened it. He stepped inside, drunk and swaying, towering over me. At first, I wasn't scared. I had seen drunk adults before, but then he grabbed my shoulders and wouldn't let go. His voice changed. He dragged me into the kitchen and grabbed a large knife from the counter. He pressed the knife against me and threatened to stab me if I made noise. When I cried, he threatened my throat. I was shaking so badly I could barely stand. I truly believed I was going to die in that kitchen. Then I heard a truck outside. My grandparents were home. I felt relief, but it didn't last. He covered my mouth to stop me from screaming as my grandma walked in and saw everything. My grandma screamed for my grandpa. He rushed inside and charged at the neighbor with pure rage. The man shoved me to the floor, but my grandpa overpowered him and forced him out of the house. No police were ever called. That same night, my grandpa went hunting. I never saw that neighbor again. Years later, I realized he had waited for the perfect moment when he knew I was alone. This happened during spring break in 2020 when I was 15 years old. My parents were out of town and I was home alone for the night. At first, everything felt normal. I was in my room, relaxed, enjoying the quiet. Then my phone rang. It was a classmate I barely talked to. That alone felt strange. Before I could say much, he asked what I was doing and sounded nervous, like he was in a hurry. I didn't know it yet, but that phone call was the moment everything started going wrong. He told me he needed to drop off our mutual friend at my house for the night. I said no right away. I didn't want anyone over. I just wanted to be alone. But he kept pushing. His voice sounded desperate, almost panicked. He kept asking again and again, like he had no other option. Looking back now, I realize he wasn't asking for permission. He was trying to get rid of a problem. Eventually, I gave in. When they arrived, something felt wrong immediately. Before leaving, the classmate grabbed my friend by the shoulders and begged him not to do that thing. He looked like he was about to cry. My friend just stared back, calm and empty. I should have asked what was happening. I should have stopped everything right there. Instead, I watched the car drive away. As soon as the door closed, the house felt different, heavy, quiet in a way that made my skin crawl. My friend looked around and asked if all the doors were locked. That question hit me hard. My heart started beating faster. No one asks that unless they're thinking about something dangerous. I told him they were locked, but fear had already settled deep in my chest. We went into the kitchen, and that's when I saw him standing near the drawer with the knives. Slowly, calmly, he pulled it open. I watched his hand move toward a steak knife. My body reacted before my mind did. I rushed forward and slammed the drawer shut, grabbing his hand. For a second, neither of us moved. The house felt frozen in time. He didn't get angry. He didn't panic. He just smiled and laughed softly, like it was all a joke. That scared me more than anything else. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. This wasn't awkward fear anymore. This was real danger. I knew deep down that if I made one wrong move, I might not survive that night. I forced myself to stay calm and suggested we go outside. I acted normal, like nothing had happened. He agreed. We walked toward the door and I let him step out first. As soon as he was outside, I slammed the door shut and locked it with shaking hands. My legs felt weak, like they might give out at any moment. I called my brother right away and told him everything. My voice was shaking so badly I could barely speak.
He arrived within minutes with his friends. I stayed inside, watching through the window, afraid to unlock the door until help was right there.
Later, I learned the truth. My friend believed he had to kill himself or someone else to survive. The classmate had panicked and dumped him at my house to protect himself. That knowledge made my stomach turn. I wasn't supposed to be part of that situation at all. Sometimes I think about what would have happened if I hadn't noticed that knife drawer. If I had looked away for even a second. This wouldn't be a story I tell online. It would be something much worse. And that thought still keeps me awake at night. I was 10 years old when my mom went grocery shopping and left me home alone. It was a bright, sunny afternoon, and everything felt normal. I begged her to let me stay, promising nothing bad would happen. When she drove away, I grabbed a basketball and went outside to play, not thinking about danger at all. I was shooting hoops when I stopped to catch my breath and looked up at the house. That's when I saw it, a dark shape behind the upstairs window. Someone was standing there, watching me. At first, I thought it was my imagination. Then the shape moved slightly, and my stomach dropped. No one was supposed to be home. My dad was at work, my sister was away, my mom was shopping. I dropped the basketball and ran inside, yelling to ask who was there. After a moment of silence, a voice answered from upstairs. It calmly called my name. That voice didn't belong to anyone I knew. It sounded normal, but wrong at the same time. I didn't go upstairs. I ran straight outside, grabbed the house phone and called my mom, crying and begging her to come home. I could hear fear in my own voice. Police arrived and searched the house. They checked every room, every closet, even the attic. They found nothing. My mom said she believed me, but I could tell she wasn't completely sure. That made everything feel worse, like I was alone with my fear.
That night, I went to bed exhausted but scared. I eventually fell asleep. I don't know what time it was when I woke up, but the room was dark and silent. Something had woken me, and I didn't know what.
As my eyes adjusted, I saw a tall figure standing in my room, not moving, just watching me. My body froze. For a second, I thought I was dreaming. Then it shifted slightly, and I knew it was real. I screamed as loud as I could. The figure moved instantly, ran to my window, slid it open, and jumped out into the night. It was over in seconds, but it felt like time had stopped. My parents and police came again, but no one was ever caught. No explanations were given. The house felt different after that night, like something had been taken from it. All I know is he knew my name, watched me during the day, and stood in my room while I slept. I still don't know how long he was inside my house, and that's the part that scares me the most.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you on next videos. Till then, goodbye.